What's up, family? This is the devotion for August 20th, and we are in Psalms 91. Shadow of the Almighty. Psalms 91, verse 1. Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find the rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Psalms 91, verse 1. In two of her books, Through Gates of Splendor and the Shadow of the Almighty, Elizabeth Elliot tells the story of 5 American missionaries, including her husband Jim, who was martyred in the jungles of Ecuador in 1956. The title of the second book was clearly taken from Psalm 91, which the 5 young men took very seriously as they embarked on the hazardous task of making contact with primitive Auca people. After a number of promising contacts with the Indians through an indigenous method of lowering buckets of gifts from a plane tightly encircled over the village, the men landed on a strip of sand on a jungle riverbank and waited the arrival of their new friends. But the missionaries were cruelly murdered and their bodies left in the muddy waters in the river. Whatever natural fears the young men may have had, they were undoubtedly allayed by the words, "Do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor fear the dangers of the day, nor dread the plague that stalks in the darkness, nor the disasters that strike at midday." Psalms 91, verse 5 through 6. Whatever reservations they may have entertained, they presumably took great comfort in the words, "If you make the Lord your refuge, and you make the Most High your shelter, no evil will conquer you." And yet, the reality is that these trusting young men were speared to death within days of their arrival in Auca territory. We don't know how much warning, if any, the missionaries had of the impending attack, but they had hung their hearts over these words. The Lord says, "I will rescue those who love me. I will protect those who trust in my name. When they call on me, I will answer. I will be with them in trouble. I will rescue them and honor them." The obvious question is on the minds of many at the time of the tragedy and in succeeding years was, what went wrong? Did God's promises not stand up in the way of trust put in him? Did God renege his commitment to the safety of his young servants? Had they misread or misinterpreted the scriptures? And the answer, although hard to find, is surely that the Lord did rescue them from their earthly pain and honor them in his immediate presence. Ever since their death, they've enjoyed his promise to satisfy them with long life, as long as eternity, and give them salvation. Truly they found rest in the shadows of the Almighty. Faith takes the long view. God's shadows is a long shadow. With that being said, that concludes August 20th devotion. God bless.